And we're live.
Hello.
What is up, everybody?
I had a
Archie Hammy's in here.
I had an intro joke. Whoa.
A joke?
Can we start over?
And we're live.
I had an intro joke. I screwed it up again. I had an intro.
Oh, good stuff, Dan.
I know.
Guys,
Oh, my
Brad
goodness.
Rodriguez is with us this week. The one and
What
only.
is up, guys?
Not for long if I keep botching this. Oh my goodness.
You know, we named an episode after you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What pray tell was it called?
It was fix build this that.
Ah, yes. That was something I learned very early on. Was that like I started going to like a web console to see like what people were searching for, or like just people would be like, "Oh yeah, you're the dude from Build That, Fix That," and I'm like. So I had to go out and buy like 8 iterations. So like all the domains, I own them.
Really?
Oh yeah. And
I mean,
so
that's
they all
kind of
redirect.
smart.
Yeah. So they all redirect.
Build, fix that.
Fix
Yeah,
facts.
That's it.
Yeah. Fax this, build. I don't own that
F
one.
that,
but-
build that.
I think we already stumbled upon a show title.
Yeah. Yeah. There was actually, I had a guy doing my logo and stuff before, and he was like, dude, you should, what if you had one that was F this, be that? And I was like,
FTBT?
yeah.
F
I was
this,
like,
be that.
Be that.
yeah. I was like,
F'd in the be that.
yeah. So yeah, I would not recommend using this or that anywhere in your branding, just for those folks who are trying to get started.
Well, there's the opposite
Please
of it with
don't.
the whole wood shop workshop thing. Like I own
Yes.
Peaches Wood Shop and Workshop,
Yes.
and it just
Yes.
directs to Workshop.
Hey,
Yeah.
So rich.
a quick note, because I feel it's worth mentioning.
Oh,
Thomas is in the chat. Thomas is our listener from France. It's 3 a.m. in France, and he's
Nice.
joining us.
very committed.
France.
And then we have the Donnybrook, and then RJ Hammy. These are all just we've now accumulated characters, like people that just
Oh
exist.
yeah, we
in the
have
chat.
characters. Speaking of which, I did a live on IG last night with Swedish Nuts.
It's a person.
He's a real
that could be
person.
a-
I thought for the longest time I thought that was a troll account of Paul Jackman.
Swedish Nuts. And
I feel
isn't
like
he,
that should be a I don't know if you guys do like clips or whatever, but that should be just a clip. I did it live last night with Swedish Nuts.
Swedish
It's
Nuts.
like just like no context.
We do T-shirts here and there.
Okay.
Went to IKEA, picked up some Swedish Nuts.
Yeah.
And the best part is he's like
God.
somewhere in the middle of America, like some. What is he in
Dan's
Texas?
neighbor?
Swedish Nuts?
Swedish Nuts.
He said where he was at.
I think he
Texas,
is in
maybe?
Texas, actually. I'm pretty
Texas?
sure he's Texas.
He's
His
in
name
the
is
deep
Jason.
South.
He's a real person.
That's a real
Actually,
person.
Well, that's
great.
that's solid. That's
We
solid.
definitely thought for the first like 3 lives that he was from Sweden. We thought
Or
we-
something.
Yeah.
Who's screaming?
Who just got
I
murdered?
thought for sure.
Oh,
Somebody
that's
just got murdered.
daughter. Sorry.
For once, it's not Dan's kids. It's
My
fine.
family's on the other side of this.
I don't know if it's somebody
Parchment
else's
door.
kids or one of my kids. I don't know.
Yeah. No, definitely my kids.
On tonight's episode, Dan's kids will be played by Brad's kids. Oh, an understudy.
Last week after we got done with the recording, my son asked me if it was okay to come down. I was like, yeah, it's fine. So they all I keep my family upstairs in a cage, first of all, just little, I said, yeah, it was fine to come down. And they all just kind of like trampled down here like a herd of elephants,
It just started
using
blending
the ice maker, blending ice. They were literally blending ice with the food processor. I'm like,
yeah.
Throwing
Actually-
it
What the
right in
hell
the
are you
sink. They didn't even need it.
Yeah.
They were just blending it and throwing it away immediately. It was
Right.
super rude.
we were trying to talk to Andrew, and I'm like, what the?
I've
What's
never
going
seen
on?
like me and Dan always like kind of just like slowly come out of the chat and like we'll hop out. And Dan was the first one like I have to go. It just got all frazzled and then ran off.
So I'm going to actually send a text to my wife because we have we do a smoothie every night. Did any of you guys do kefir grains? It's like a
Look
gut
at me.
health.
I don't do any of that stuff. I do
It's not like gut health.
hamburgers,
It's not like
cheeseburgers, pizza.
no, it's not like diet stuff. It's like for gut health. It's like a culture. It's like a lot of it's kind
Oh.
of like kombucha.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
it with kombucha.
Yeah, so we do that, but we have a smoothie every night, and so she's gonna be whipping that thing. So, at some point you go, wow, it's gonna be I'll just mute and, so if I just all of a sudden stop talking, then my wife's probably making this movie.
Well, it's better than you taking the gut health bacteria pre-show and then you suddenly just make a lot of noises.
Well, it's also better than you recording in your garage and your wife pulling in and going, "Oh, are you recording?" Beep beep.
Like the garage door opens up and you're like,
not that that's ever happened,
That's
and I'm not
happening.
going to name any names.
That's awesome.
Dan, your friend is in the chat.
Brad,
Oh,
just so you
yeah,
get,
I see him.
just to give you like a quick rundown of like the show format. So
Yeah.
we do the intro, obviously, thank our patrons. We go into we'll grill you. We'll ask you, social
That
security
we will.
number, mother's maiden name, stuff like that. And
Oh,
then
it's all available online. Build this. Fix that.
right. Everything's online, build fix.
All your password retrieval answers. That's what we're going for, really.
Your secret questions, all those things. But then we go into
What city were you born in, Brad?
right?
Yeah.
What street did you grow up?
Sweden. It was
Growing up,
Sweden.
I had a
It's
puppy
nuts.
named Jimmy. What was your dog's name?
Then what? Then we go into a little, we have a what's on our bench segment. Just talk about what we got going on, and then we go into voicemails. We've got, I don't know how good any of them are, but we've got 6 voicemails this week. So we'll
they're
go through those
audio.
and,
They're in audio.
Jake Miller, who was your first grade teacher?
That is not me.
you guys.
That's me. That's my
100%.
ice maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
Dan has one of
knows.
the first ice makers ever made, so it's very loud.
He makes more memories than ice.
Right. Shall I? So we're gonna listen to the questions just so we have them in our brain for when we record the show. We won't
Yeah.
answer them. We're just gonna listen to them. I'm gonna pop those up real quick.
not
Also, we like
answer
to
them.
pre-listen and make sure there's no things that we
nothing-
shouldn't
nothing
air.
We don't want to be throwing on here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we like to pre-listen here. So.
Also, we get questions in the chat here and there, and Michael from Tailored Forest has one. What is it about the Chevy Avalanche that makes it superior to all other vehicles? Also, same question applies to Bud Light.
So I already replied. He has fine taste. I can tell. I will be so passionate about a Chevy Avalanche because I
What is the deal there?
I bought my first Chevy Avalanche, which I still have. It's not my daily driver, but I can't get rid of it. I bought it in 2006. It's a 2003, and I drove that for 13
Was that
years.
the blue one?
The blue one, yeah, absolutely, big blue.
See, I stalked the hell out
Yeah.
of you. I'm just gonna.
And then in 2019, I bought because they stopped making them in 2013. So the Avalanche has not been in production for a long time, almost 10 years. And so they, the last one's 13, but I didn't like those because I liked like the if you know anything, like it's got like this plastic cladding on the outside and the back, and the Escalade was like, they had like an Escalade version, and it was all painted. And I was like, look, dude, I'm actually using this for work, so I don't want that to be painted. I want it to be plastic.
You wanna beat it up.
I want
That's
it
right.
rugged.
And so they didn't do that. They did it was all plastic, or it was all painted in 2013. So anyway, the 2011 was like the best I could get. I found one that was like local. It was like the lady, drove around with pillows in the back, like 3 miles, a month.
Just to church.
Hauling
So
pillows
this-
to church.
Exactly. I bought it in 2019. It's a 2011. Had 33,000 miles on it. I was like, oh yes, let me have this. So that's what I'm driving now. But I did put a pre-order in on the Silverado EV,
Oh, that's what.
Ooh, you're
Jake
speaking
just
my
said.
language.
which is an Avalanche in disguise. They're just calling it
Right.
because it's got the
Well,
mid-gate.
let's calm down, Brad. Let's calm
No, it's got the mid-gate. If you've never used the mid-gate, you just don't know. It is like the mid-gate is, I don't know why other trucks don't have this. And I'm super excited about electric trucks because you don't have to have all the,
Gas?
all the transmission and all that going through. So
Also,
like
you get a
you can
frunk?
open up the bottom. Yeah, you get the frunk, and as well as you've got I've seen some of the like prototype trucks that have basically it's like an opening under the tailgate that's just like 6 inches high that goes the entire length of the vehicle. So you can just
Lumber,
slide
like those,
plywood, lumber in there.
All right,
those-
fine.
What
Yeah,
are those like
and so-
big
That sounds nice.
drawer systems?
Oh yeah,
what,
the
Trex?
decked.
Or no, not Trex.
It's
That's
not a
what it was.
Honda Ridgeline, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
ones.
say this is very reminiscent
Whoa.
of Paul Jackman and his Ridgeline. He's like,
Watch it.
Yeah.
as soon as he
Watch
starts
it.
telling a story, there's like music in the background starts playing.
Yeah.
I remember
Yes.
this first time I laid my eyes on this truck.
Yeah. So I
I'd love
plan
to
to
get, like-
be buried in the avalanche.
I'd
one
love to
day.
get so to speak. I would love to get one of those EV trucks. They are sick. They have so much torque. They're super nice. It just seems like for like daily driver stuff, it just
Yes.
seems so nice, like so
You know-
bougie
Yes.
and comfortable.
Everybody knows that I'm a Chevy fanboy, right? But I really want the Ford Lightning.
That's
That
what I want
thing
to. is the
looks-
Lightning.
It looks
I
cool.
want
But
that.
have you checked out the Silverado EV?
I have, but I like the Ford better.
It's not
just
quite-
the
yeah.
looks of it.
Oh, I like the looks of the. I like that. They got me because it was blue. That's like been the one they've been showing is like my blue.
I mean,
They're
you can
bringing it
get
back.
other colors, Brad.
No, you can't.
just so you know.
No,
It
you can't
does
do
look like the Avalanche. I hadn't seen it. That looks a lot
that.
like
It
the
is.
Avalanche.
It is. It's literally the Avalanche because it's actually it's like a unibody, so it's not. And that's why a bunch of people are like poo-pooing it because it's not a built-up chassis like a truck. It's actually a unibody, so it's the same as like the Suburban or the Tahoe, but it's awesome.
blue.
And it's blue. So there you go.
Michael from Tailored Forest has another question in the chat. Brad, I love the Made for Profit podcast. I know a lot of the info is outdated because of the platform updates and shifts in content creation. Which episode do you think has stood the test of time the best?
I think the man, that's like putting me on the spot, but I'm wanting to say like 10 and 11, or maybe it's 10, 11, 12, or 11, 12, 13, the pricing guide. So like the pricing, talking about price, like pricing never goes out of style, right? So that was like one of the things when we made it. We knew that covering, Instagram just added 15-second video or like whatever, like whatever those things, right? Like that stuff would die and not be relevant anymore. But basically anything on like the hardcore business, and of course the interviews, like just having people's interviews and hearing their stories about how they started their businesses was really awesome to hear. Like the one with Jeff Mack, which I think was 30. Wow, man! If I'm anywhere even close on that, that's amazing.
How many episodes did you guys do?
126.
All right, so we just got to make it 5 more.
Yeah. So we that one, and then the 100. I think 126. The one with Tim Schmoyer. That one was awesome. That
was a really good episode. The Schmoyer episode was super.
Yeah,
good.
I think that
They
was
were all good. I listened to all of them.
I think 125 was Schmoyer, but anyway, I would say the pricing guide and just any of those ones like the marketing, productivity, like any of those that are business related, which is probably at least half the content. That's what we tried to aim for. Would be like half the content was like just broader business topics. So maybe like because we didn't start doing interviews, but whatever. In the end, we were doing, every other one was an interview. Then every other one was like either business or kind of current social media. So it was like a 50, 25, 25. But yeah, anything that's on social media, just skip it. But even though the Instagram ones though, like 1, 2, and 3, the Instagram ones just still, because it's more about like how to handle yourself on social media versus like specific ones. It was like build a community, consistency, go in there and add value. Right. Exactly. So there's some people that could definitely check those episodes out if y'all want to forward them over.
There's definitely evergreen content in there, which is also
there's a
another
lot of
term
evergreen
that I learned
content
from you, I think, originally on that show. Was evergreen content, and like there was the weekly tips and things as things were changing. That's
right.
Fortunately, those are out the window.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why we want to make it as a library. We never intended to have it go forever.
We're definitely going to get into more detailed stuff like this when we do the actual show. Yep. So
yeah. Bring it. Let's go.
Yeah. We want to know all the dirty little secrets. Yeah. We want to know what John wears to bed.
Joke's on you. Nothing.
That's easy. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, God.
Weren't you at workbench con?
I don't know.
I regret my life decisions. Man. Mike, you get the questions pulled in. How many we got this week? We got quite a few, I feel like.
We have 6. Whoa. I'll get them rolling right now. This first one's from Adam Barnett. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
We're just pre-listening here, Brad. We're not answering.
Do not answer.
Yep.
Great question,
hey
Adam.
Guys, Adam here from Barnett Custom Woodworks. So my shop is moving to a larger space. It's a 2.5 car garage, and it's completely barren.
Weird flex.
So I'm gonna have to run the electrical and insulate and do the whole 9 yards. The house panel for the electric is 100 amp, and I can bump it up to a 150 without having to change the wire from the pole to the house. I can put 50 amp service out to the shop.
I feel like he's calling in just to brag.
Or do you guys recommend that I go like get like 200 amp service and then run 100 amp to the house, 100 amp to the new shop? I don't know. Trying to plan everything out and do a little bit of future proofing and make sure.
Just trying to make room for my Porsche and my
My
Cybertruck.
on a dust collector while the CNC machine is running with its own dust collector running and not shut everything off.
CNC.
I'll probably have a mini split running too.
This guy's not a woodworker.
There's going to be a lot of power. So
Stop it.
it's 50
Them's
enough?
fighting words.
It is. I'm no electrician. What do you guys think? Hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Oh, that was weird, dude.
That was weird. That's weird. I'm gonna kill you someday. All right, this next one. This next one's
Get my blood.
Do you guys
my
ever?
blood.
Do you guys ever see the it's bad lip reading? The seagulls stop it now with Yoda.
I mean, I've watched so many of those bad lip readings.
Dude,
they
we've watched that one like so many times, and there's like this part in it where Yoda's like, he's like, "Don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep." It's like I figure like that's gonna be like playing in
Adam
my
was throwing
memories
those vibes.
tonight. Yeah. It was just like that tone was just a little off.
So yeah, thanks for calling in, Adam. Appreciate it. He's in the chat.
Thanks. Cool. All right, this next one's from Drew with Woodshop Out Back. He had a question he asked me this week, and I told him to call it in.
You asked him nicely.
Hey guys, this is Drew from the Woodshop
told him.
Outback.
All right.
I had a couple questions today. First question, do you guys keep an inventory list or a spreadsheet on your materials? Or is it just a visual inspection as needed per project? Order your materials when a project comes in. Second question, for
My
those
wife
working
started
a
the
lot of
dishwasher.
Etsy projects, do you keep an inventory of items made, or do you still just make them per order? Keep up the great work, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.
What is he talking about? Do you guys actually make stuff?
Yeah, right. Inventories.
I inventory all my Instagrams. Like I just made this one.
Oh my god! Sometimes I get those TikToks of people that are like, "If you want to like blow up on social media, here's how I track all of my content," and they have like a QR coded thing for every video that they've ever made. I'm like, you're wasting more time tracking your stuff than doing content. Bonkers.
Dude, no doubt.
Does he
do that?
realize who he's asking these questions to? That's what I want to know.
The
I had a sponsor recently ask me for they're like, hey, can you and it's kind of a weird thing because it's not like a typical it's like an overarching sponsorship, not like, hey, you're gonna do 3 of these for us or whatever. And they're like, hey,
it's a long-term thing.
yeah, and they're like, can you give us all the content from the first 6 months? And I was like, you mean all the content you were ever used in? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, no. Yeah, no, I had
Here's the links to my
editor,
videos.
I had my editor do it. It ended up being because I'm sure we'll talk a lot about this during the main show, but Facebook, we're like pumping Facebook like 2 a day, every day.
Really?
So we had 290. It was like 290 just for the 6 months. I was like, oh yeah, we had 290 posts you were featured in. No, my bad. 290 was the total. Oh. And then they were featured in some amount of them. But we had to go in and pull them. And I had my editor. I was like, you go in and watch these and like see if you see this thing. I was like, oh gosh.
And then you send them
Is this
the
like
updated invoice.
like a background sponsorship, like not a main sponsorship?
Yeah.
Just kind of like there.
Yeah, it's a product placement sponsorship. So it's not like today I'm using a black screwdriver from Caltech.
Black Screwdriver Co.
Yeah.
I got one of those tiny screwdrivers in my truck. Actually,
an empty
right?
can of like Red Bull and all the backgrounds of all the
That's
shots.
right. You know what the craziest thing is? Check this out. This little itty bitty thing that's magnetized. This was like
How do they work?
I know. It's just like when you see, but when you get like the cheapest little, like this is the cheapest. I was replacing some hard drives in my computer, and I needed a standoff. I know. I needed a standoff because I was doing like stick drives, NVMe drives, and I didn't have the proper standoff on the motherboard. So if you guys are Apple, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm following. The other two are taking a nap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, Mike
I
follows
bought the thing, and they sent like, I bought like 6 screws for like $7. I was like, this is great. And then they sent this great.
Oh, it came with the screwdriver.
So it wasn't a total loss. You
And
guys
it's
had
magnetized.
Surprisingly,
So, yeah.
it's not crap.
There you go.
I think you can rub that screwdriver on your hard drive and make it better.
Yeah, you can.
Dan, that's how you lose all your
What
data.
I was told. That's what I was told.
I wonder if it would pick up this one. Oh, that's way too big.
Will it magnetize?
You can't do it off.
Yeah.
You can't do it off camera.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Well, it's on the ground. I was
I need
like,
to play
Yeah, we
Will
thought you
from the
were a
line.
content guy. Like
Yeah.
you know how to do this.
It magnet.
Uh,
All right.
Yeah.
So,
New show segment.
Yeah, I think so. Sing a little jingle right now, Dan. Go.
Will. No, I can't do it.
Oh
I
God.
can't do it. That was pretty bad, huh?
Minutes later. Yeah, you just had.
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna have a
alright,
few
but,
more Dunlap mules, and I'll get on that.
turkey call.
Just a Dunlap mule. What's that? Bourbon and Bud
Well,
Light?
you see, the grocery store didn't have ginger beer, so I'm using ginger ale.
Ooh,
And
That's
vodka.
it.
Oh yeah, vodka.
Okay.
Come on now.
And ice.
Outstanding.
What is this? Amateur hour? Come on.
All right. This is John Scheiser, Huntington Builds.
Hey guys, it's John with Huntington Builds. I got a couple, hopefully quick questions for you today. I'm working on a cabinet for a customer that wants it ebonized ash, so I'm going to be staining it with a black gel stain and then a black alcohol ink stain over the top of that. But since not everything is black, I wanted to stain the black parts first and then assemble it. Is there issues with doing it in that order if I'm using dominoes and I tape off the glue joints prior to staining? Second question is, I've got that home right spray that Dan recommends, and I was going to just spray the cabinet with poly after it dries for a day or two, unless there is an alternative you'd recommend instead for a finish. The top is going to be walnut with Rubio finish. Let me know what you guys think is best. Thanks.
Which home right are you recommending, Dan?
The Super Finish Max, I believe.
The handheld one with the
Yeah.
short cord?
Like
I mean,
five
I've
for
recommended so
$100.
many sprayers over the years.
Yeah. That was
I
cheap.
forget.
It's like 130
cheap,
bucks,
yeah.
right?
It's a great
Yeah, it's
spare
like
for the price,
100
for
bucks.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I actually gave mine to a buddy of mine. He's redoing his kitchen cabinets. I'm like, here, take the sprayer.
Nice.
Slow clap for the giving up giving up the round. Now this next one's from Michael Hale. Here we go.
Hey Brad, this is Michael over at Tailored Forest. We met at Workbench Con last year, but I had a question for you. What is your favorite shop organization tip that can make a big impact? For me, it's a place for everything and everything in its place saying. That made a huge difference for me in my shop. So again, what is your favorite shop organization tip that can make a big impact? Thanks, Brad.
You can't use
Right,
that right
I feel like
That
you
was
took
literally
quote-
like right when he said that, I was like, oh, well, yeah. You can't. You
I feel
can't
like
ask
you
me
took
and then
that
tell
quote
me.
from somewhere else.
Here's what we'll do. We'll pretend he never called in, and you'll just work it into the show.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what my favorite?
Apropos of nothing.
Yes.
No, this next question's from Scott.
Hang on.
Holland.
David, you're
What?
driving right now. Stop. Why are you in this chat? He's driving home
no.
from Connecticut, and he's going to
Missouri, right? He lives in Missouri.
No, not Missouri. One of those.
Missouri.
One of those like states you forget the name.
Missouri.
Missouri.
It's not Missouri. It's Missouri. All right. This one's Scott
Kentucky,
Holland,
that's
Elevated Woodworks.
or
I don't know.
Kansas.
The subject of his email is interesting. So let's see where this goes.
Oh,
Hello,
Guys,
dear.
This is Scotty from Elevated Wood Design. Just want to take the time to thank you guys, Brad, Mike, Pete, and Dan. I appreciate all the inspiration, the know-how, the teaching. You guys have inspired me a ton. And to think last year at this time, I didn't even know what Workbench Con was. I had probably 100 followers on my Instagram, which were probably all friends and family. And I was still working full-time plus as a nurse, and just building a couple things on the side. And now this is my thing. Anyway, my question for you guys is, what is your favorite way to eat potatoes. Mashed, baked, au gratin,
All right.
whatever. Potato chips. Anyway, thanks, guys.
So 2 questions we won't play tonight.
No, we have to play this one.
That's great. Yeah, I had
For the record, Scott lives in Idaho.
yeah.
Idaho.
I mean,
Idaho.
that's true. He is from Idaho.
Yes.
There's not a whole
Yeah.
lot going on. Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
talked to Scotty at Workbench Con. That was all we talked about was potatoes. It was weird.
It was a real potato talk.
Brad was like, I gotta go now.
Cool. No doubt.
I like them fried.
All right,
French,
here's Thomas.
fry.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there
He's
no?
from France?
No.
No, he called in. He's from France.
This is
He's got an
Thomas.
outrageous accent.
Mike.
Outrageous accent.
Oh, he has a full production, by the way, Brad.
French.
Hey guys, it's Thomas from France. Well, I'm actually in the UK for the holidays, so I can work on my outrageous accent.
Outrageous
I have a
accent.
question for Brad. I really like your videos because they are really clear and entertaining. They are very funny. I just found myself thinking, what will happen when you'll have finished, build, fix this or that in your house? Will you just move into another one and start over, or just start breaking stuff around so you can fix, build this, that? Have a great podcast, guys. Bye.
I love this guy.
That is so good.
That's his sister on the accordion.
Yeah.
It just leads
no
right
joke.
into the conversation.
Expelled
Yes.
all that.
I was like, what was? I actually want. I'm gonna ask him. Like, can y'all forward that to me? I feel like that should be like my new intro. Like, your videos are very they're very funny.
Yeah, we can arrange that for a fee.
Yes. Yeah, I'll license it.
He actually sent us the accordion, the outro, and all that as a ringtone. So
It's fantastic.
He's a good dude.
Pete, did you set that up yet? I haven't set that up.
I have it on my phone. I have not set it up as a ringtone for you guys yet, but I need to do that.
That is hilarious.
He's a good dude.
Tomas in the chat, he said he can send that to you, Brad.
Oh, love it.
Perfect.
Buildthat.com. Just send it over.
Pete,
they'll
great,
be
another
for
domain I have to buy.
For the note, Pete, for the notes, that's the order they'll be in.
Okay, awesome. That's why Dan owns the DunlapExperience.com.
I let that expire.
You
I let it
did.
expire,
Oh, you're
yeah.
gonna lose out on
No.
on
I'm
ones
shocked.
of
All the people who are trying to buy it.
I know. I still own lameweddings.com and awppodcast.com.
Another Witch Up podcast.com.
You still own AWP podcast? You didn't let that lapse? It's been like 3 years, 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's only $9.99 a year.
Yeah.
I can manage that.
Expensive.
Yeah. I own too many domains. I don't
So
have that many,
the
but-
little story with lameweddings.com. My good friend and photographer here locally, his name is Lane, and he owns laneweddings.com. And to make fun of him, I bought lameweddings.com and I redirected it to his site.
You should do
Nice.
Lane Weldings
Well,
and make it a joke about Michael Scott describing what a wedding is at the wedding. Webster says a wedding is the melting of two metals together.
Oh, I can't believe I never thought of that. It's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Not that good.
It's pretty good.
okay.
You know I like The Office. I'm a
Yeah,
sucker.
it's pretty much the best.
I know you dabble. You're more of a
Brad,
Parks-
Michael's coming in hot with all the questions.
where's
Brad,
that?
what is the key to a good set of plans? Having your pieces fit together.
Yeah.
Hey, that's great.
I mean, it depends on where you're coming from with that. I would say,
A good
as a-
good sheet of
as a
bolted
maker.
birch.
yeah, that's right. As a maker of plans, I think the key to a good set of plans is giving enough detail that people can easily make it without having questions, but not too much detail. I see some people that publish like 50-page plans, and I'm like, dude, nobody wants a 50. Like, what do you do? Print it out? Like, bind it? Like, what? Like having it enough. But then also on the other side, I see people that do just drawings and they don't say anything. And so, and it's, like whatever, it's different strokes for different folks, but I like to be in that spot in the middle where it's like, I'll tell you everything you need to know. And try not to tell you too much more. And so that you can easily get through it and feel good that you're not at some point being like, like I never want somebody to be at a point where they're like, what do I do now? And so like my flip top, I think it's version 10. Actually, I hear it. The flip top, one of them is version 10, one is version 8 with the miter saw cart. Because I'd get, comments, they'd say, obviously I had a few of those versions were just stupid mistakes, which is really funny that you don't get those. Like I had a plan that was out for like 4 years. And then somebody's like, hey, this thing doesn't say, like there's a mismatch. And I was like, no.
Am I really supposed to use baloney?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I was like, that plan's been out for like 4 years. There's no way that measurement was wrong. I'd go in and I'm like, yes, it was. I mean, I guess people just figure it out and they don't use it.
Right.
But yeah, that's the key, I think, is just making it super simple where people feel confident, but on both sides of it. So they're not like trying to wade through, a huge pile of junk.
Did you name the files flip top cart new final newest?
Version 3. Yes. Funny. I used to do that in the day job all the time. I was like, yeah, final rev 1, final real final. Yeah. Real final version 3.
No, really, this is it. This is the final.
Yes. Yeah.
Silence.
Right?
That's why I appreciate Fusion, because Fusion just does that for you. It just slaps a V and a number after. Anytime you save, it's like
does it write the plans for you too?
No.
Damn it!
Yeah.
But it's funny you said that.
Nice.
Like it took somebody like 6 months to realize like there was a mistake.
Yeah.
I haven't done a lot of plans, but the one I did was actually Filson reached out to me. They're like a magazine brand, I guess, like a lifestyle brand, and they wanted this chuck box, this camping box. So I made the plans for it, and so they were available for free on their site, and they're still up there. And like a year later, someone was like, "Hey, by the way, this one cut says this by this, but it's actually this by this." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I've like reached out to have them change it. They have not. But I'm like, all right, well, sorry.
Yeah, no,
what are you gonna do?
That's never gonna happen.
It's like it's there forever now.
Let's see here. Why is this not loading?
Mistakes.
Oh,
were
the
made.
cicada. Can you guys hear the cicadas?
No, just the ice, the
background?
dishwasher, the kids.
The kids are in a cage. They're upstairs. The cicadas are going crazy. The windows are all closed, but I can hear them.
It's cicada mating season. They're boning.
John Cicada. Okay.
Cicadas are boning.
Da, 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 da.
Is that the show title?
That's like
No, I'm just kidding.
John Cena.
Probably not.
I think we could workshop that one a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do a little better than that, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see.
so
Are there any other
Is
questions?
that all the questions?
that's it for the questions, man. I mean, that went pretty quick.
Man,
Those are all those
rock
four
and
of those
roll.
6 were great. So
I quite enjoyed the potato question. I'm just gonna come right out and say
that
it.
was quite
came
the
out
leap.
of-
Yeah,
I have an amazing answer for the potato question. I'm gonna
If
blow
it came
your
out
minds.
of 2 fields of potatoes, it came out of left field.
All right.
Was that too much?
I like that.
Dan, you got this one.
People are waiting for me to fall out of the chair. That's not until the actual recording.
Oh yeah.
So last week was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I fell out of the
Fell
chair.
out of the chair.
Yeah.
Gravity's.
That's solid.
Gravity's a bitch.
I think
really
the best part about it was the thump and the fact that your entire camera shook like it was a movie. Oh, so good. I watched
What are you
that.
trying to say? I've been
It was hilarious.
watching when I
Yeah, it
As
was,
it goes into your mouth.
It was an earthquake. That's why he fell out of the chair. People were very concerned.
There was an
Brad,
earthquake here this past week, actually, believe it or not. Very slight, but it was you could feel it.
Sure, it
It
wasn't
was
like a
odd.
2-for-1 deal like Cracker Barrel.
Could have been. Could have been.
Brad Michael Hale says, "Has there ever been a project that no matter how much you prepared for, you still couldn't have foreseen the problems that you ran into?"
Everyone.
Yeah, all the projects.
All of the
You can never
projects?
foresee them.
I mean, there's a reason that we have mistakes were made T-shirts. Speaking of which, sorry, this is why I was just kind of over here dabbling. I thought it would be kind of fun because they were talking about plans. So for anybody in the chat, we're going to do a little 25% off coupon for plans.
Look at this. Boom.
Through tonight.
Dan, that's a quarter of the cost.
I thought it was a third.
So Jimmy Hester
maker.
said he had not. I put it as a link and it said put it in red.
Redacted.
He said I haven't. Yeah, exactly. I haven't used your plans. There you go. 25% off, buddy. Go check it out. Not for bundles. Sorry, guys. Those are already discounted.
What is the? Is there a code or?
Yeah, AWP code AWP 25. I put it right in the chat.
Oh, it might be. Oh, I'm on top chat.
I'm on live chat.
I wonder if it blocked it.
Yeah, I blocked it.
Brad.
Yes. So whoever
go to Brad's website.
Whoever's moderating will have to
Pete will do it.
Pete is moderating.
It didn't.
While Pete's typing this out because it takes him forever to type stuff out, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Timestamps. There it is. Okay, it came through.
Okay, cool.
AWP 25.
Thank you, Brad. That's very cool.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So what was the question? The mistakes. Planning. Planning. Got it.
Is there ever been a project that no matter how much you prepared for, you still couldn't have foreseen the problems you ran into?
Marriage.
I think that basically anything that's, with home repair, DIY type stuff, anything where you've got to open a wall or a ceiling, right? Because you just can't prepare. And it's like, all right, I'm going to go, replace this bathroom shower, and you open it up and you're like, oh, I never knew that, we had galvanized pipes or we had whatever it is. Just because without physically seeing through the wall, you don't know what's there to greet you.
Right.
Or you're
literally
expecting something. Yeah, 100%. So it's like when you open up those, those are always the ones that get me. It's like the home repair, whenever I open a wall and I'm like, oh yeah, I did not realize there was a drain pipe here, or, a HVAC
panic room
return. Yeah, exactly. Panic room. TSG plans are not in metric, unfortunately, Tomas. No. Not at the moment. That is something that's on the long list, but we've not gotten there.
If you need metric conversion therapy, I think that's episode
Google
50 something.
Metric. Nice pull, Pete.
Yeah.
Old episode title.
I come back to metric talk.
Jason Bent's one, right?
Just multiply everything by 2.54 and you're good.
Or 25.4 if you're doing millimeter.
Or just get it just for that project, get an American tape measure, an imperial one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a rebel one, an imperial one.
So I have a question for Brad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna get weird.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Here we go. Brad, a couple years ago, do you recall me coming on your live with you?
Yes.
You do recall that?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was sub 1,000 followers.
I want to say you were showing off your garage and some things you had.
It was
not many things changed.
The first time you ever it was the first time you were ever able to add somebody to your live, so you were testing it out.
Yeah.
And you called for somebody to join you, and I was making jokes in your chat, whatever. And you called me out, and I was laying on my couch, in my underwear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, hey, you and
my wife,
let's go.
My wife throwing stuff at me. Go join him. I'm like, oh God, okay. So I got up and I ran to my couch, and I went out there and I was shaking like crazy because I was so freaking nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally remember that. Yeah, you were super active in the live. So yeah, I was like, all right, I think this guy hopefully is going to be wearing pants. Is what
this guy going to kill me? Let me gauge this.
Super mistake.
Dan he's cool, dude. He should be okay. But yeah, that was always you turn it on and you're like, what
I was shaking like a crackhead. It was
be closed.
I was going through DTs.
Yep.
It was fun. I'm glad you remember that.
That was
Dan's told that story a few times, and I wasn't on Instagram then. I don't remember.
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Yeah,
it was.
But that's pretty cool story.
It was late 2017.
That's cool that you had someone on your live.
I feel like it was
for one of the. That's
maybe you've told the story, and I'm imagining.
No, he's told this story before.
Maybe that's what it is. It wasn't so much me watching it happen.
Yeah, we actually just stopped doing the live. So we moved over to YouTube and we were doing the live there.
Yeah. Weren't you doing YouTube, Instagram at the same time?
We were doing the FedEx Kinkos there for a while before we turned just into FedEx.
I like to refer to it as KFC Taco Bell.
Yeah, they were never. That's not exactly the same, but yes. But because it's like you got to go. It's like we were trying to move people over, and that's never a successful journey. Nobody ever wants to move over.
No,
I learned that
from Instagram
really.
to YouTube.
No, I learned that really early on when we were. When we first made the YouTube channel. I was like, there's another like main show topic, but it was like I think I had 50,000 on Instagram ish. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so sweet. I'm going to start my YouTube channel finally. And I'm just going to have 50,000 subs. This is going to be amazing. And I'm like, yo, everybody, come, I got a YouTube channel now. Let's go. And it was like, it was like sub 1,000. I was like,
oh, I did.
So that's not how that works.
I'm trying to move your Facebook followers to TikTok. That ain't
so
happening.
I'm just over 100K. Just, a little flex there.
Oh,
so subtle, Dan.
But anyway, I did a link to one of my YouTube videos, one of my past YouTube videos in a story the other day, and I got 3 clicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
3.
Solid.
I mean, it's really tough to get that transfer of followers over to another platform for sure.
People do not like, they have their platform and they do not want to go. That's why I stopped. I used to like right when my videos launched on YouTube, I would do a story. Hey, just launched blah, 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 blah. Like
it's useless.
I've never done the old like, oh, here we go. I'm going to push the button. It's like, I always just crack up when people do that. It's just cute.
Like a one-person launch party.
Yeah. They're like, boop. But
can you see him blowing one of those?
But anyway, it's actually not even not useful, Mike. It's actually detrimental, I would say, because what happens is that regardless, so let's just say somebody clicks it, they will never, rarely ever, maybe
watch it all the way through.
Maybe Tomas, exactly. Yeah. So they're going to end up being a 30-second or 1-minute view, and they're going to bail, and then YouTube.
Yeah, that hurts your metrics.
And YouTube goes, oh, that video sucks. So like I do it, but I wait till like 2 days later. I mean, not that it matters anymore because our YouTube gets more views than like what we'd ever bring over. But especially early on, like if you have a big Instagram and a small YouTube, that could hurt. So I stopped doing that just because they're horrible. And here's what I do instead is I'll say, hey, we just launched a new video on YouTube. Go check it out. No link.
So they have to.
So that way, if people like later on when they're in YouTube mode or they're on desktop or they're in front of their TV,
it's a dedicated view. Like
exactly,
it's not a.
They want to go there.
Yep.
I'm on board.
They're not
with
making
Jake
a
Miller.
bad decision. They're not like, oh, that was a bad decision. I shouldn't have clicked that. Like back.
Failure to.
Sorry to bust in. I'm on board with Jake Miller. 1-person launch party show title.
Just like a little like.
Yeah. You gotta have the little
confetti, like my first video.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of first videos, Tailored Forest dropped a video and it was fantastic. His first
dude,
video
that was his
so
first
good.
video. I wanted to like come through the screen and smack him. I mean, that was so good for a first video.
Job. So
that's awesome.
I love you, Michael.
Check it out.
Good job.
Yeah, Michael did an awesome job.
It was really good.
Good editing too in there. So then I gave him like hard feedback. I was like, "Here's everything you did wrong." And then I need you to write a 500-word essay.
I didn't do any of that. I just told him, "Oh, that's good. I hate
awesome.
you. Don't message me anymore. Thank you."
Yes.
I killed it.
And I think I'm like slow right now. What is this comment by David Work? I feel like it's supposed to be funny, and I can't. I'm not placing it.
I don't know. He comes over to people's places and kicks people in shins. He was over at my shop. He tried to get me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha.
So inside joke for
probably. With the whole conversion of followers, that between the three of us, we have like 180,000 on Instagram, and then our podcast YouTube channel is 900 subs. We just hit 900, so it's like, that does not convert in any way.
The worst.
So David's referencing the fact that he visited Pete this week, and Pete texted our group chat, and I told Pete to kick David in the shin for me.
Oh, that's right.
I see.
I understand it. I was even part of the inside joke and I didn't get it. I understand now.
I was the main person in it, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what he's referencing.
My shin still hurts, and I forgot.
I thought David lived somewhere in Missouri. I thought he wasn't
No, he's
like
in
very far
Kansas.
from me.
He's in Kansas.
Yeah, he's not
about
far from me. He's about 2.5 hours from me or something,
something
like
like
that.
that.
Okay.
Because he was
Kansas, Missouri. It's all the
he
same.
drove over to Adrian's for the Friends on a Farm event. We basically got together
In
with friends.
Pennsylvania.
Middle of Pennsylvania.
Hey, speaking of the East Coast, Brad, do you have any plans or have you ever been to Maker Camp?
I've never been, and I don't currently have any plans because it's typically when it's like in October, right?
October,
September. Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
other conferences I typically go to around that time frame, like Vid Summit's late September. And then there was something else in there because last year I was looking, I was like, oh, but it's like one of those things where I feel like I always have travel that's like all bunched on top of each other, and it's just the worst. It would be fun. I would like to do it, but it would be
Super fun.
Yeah, it would be, but it's also at the stage where, because I was talking like to Mike and Kristen at Total Boat about like, hey, I should come up there. So like, if I could like make it into something more than that was like, oh, I'm going to go up there and like spend some time with Total Boat and then, go do something else and make it like a more dedicated trip where I can have a business, reason to do it as well.
You want to write it off.
Yeah. Oh, I'd write it off going up there to hang out.
Right.
I'd absolutely write
Business.
that off. Yeah. That's business.
That's why we go. It's a write-off.
Just write it off, Jerry. Yeah.
Pete
all you
doesn't.
do.
Pete, how close are you? You're like an hour and a half.
About 2 hours and change.
So
Yeah,
last year we all flew up. Me and Mike flew up to Pete's, and then we just drove up to Maker Camp, and it was an amazing time.
By the way, we need to lock that down like this week. Because
it's your job to buy the tickets. So
It was me actually. I was gonna buy them last weekend and I forgot.
Oh right.
Yes.
But now it's back into Pete's court.
Okay. All right, no, Brad, can you buy those tickets, please? You've got the card.
Yeah,
right?
I already did it.
Let's throw that in Brad's lap. I like
I
that.
forwarded it. Yeah, I forwarded it off. 25% off with AWP 25.
Oh, thanks, Brad. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, anyone joining late, check that out. How long is that code good for?
Just for today, man.
Okay, cool. I love it.
Today.
It's only for the folks here in the live. Yeah, like
yeah.
I like
I
these
like
got
it.
to be y'all's dedicated people,
Oh,
right?
right.
Also, I'd like to point out that we have 36 people watching and only 14 thumbs up on our video. There's something wrong here.
I only see 8.
Refresh.
You're on a Windows XP machine, so there's that.
Oh, here she goes. Can y'all hear that?
Blended.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The
she-
Vitamix.
20. Look at that.
She's
The
blended.
Vitamix is crushing. Hold on.
See
Where's my
25. Awesome. We're getting closer, guys.
And then we're kind of in the talks about doing a little meetup that we can't talk about too specifically, maybe in the Chicago area next month.
for pizza?
Yeah, get the nice thin crust Chicago pizza. That's
Why are you
the
bringing
real
that up?
secret.
Don't talk about pizza in front of Pete or me.
Why are you bringing that up, Dan?
No. We were talking
Oh,
about
what's the secret?
Maker Camp.
No one knows except like a lot of people. No, just keep it quiet.
All right.
Super secret
I
meetup.
won't say anymore.
All right.
I've had a lot of vodka.
Just letting
Sponsored
you know,
by
Brad,
Samsonite.
we're also doing another meetup.
Yes. By the way,
See, I think the thing that would make Maker Camp a lot more accessible to people is if it was somewhere near
Not-
like a good place to stay or like just easier to get to because it
in a
really
gross
is.
dirt
Yeah.
pit.
It's in the middle of nowhere, unfortunately,
Yeah.
which makes it kind of a
because it's
tough
like
sell for people.
upstate, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, if
Yes.
it rained, I'm pretty sure there'd be casualties. Like it's really iffy there. Like
pretty rough.
it's iffy there.
But it's fun.
it's an experience.
It's a lot.
Aside from the casualties, it'd be fun.
It's fun. It's just a lot of traveling when you're far away.
It is.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's true. That resort is not the best when it comes to
It's not
accommodations.
great. No, it's
Yes.
like bad accommodations and a long trip. For me, it's like, man, this is gonna be. I mean, I want to see everyone for sure and get out there, maximize the trip. But it's just like, oh god, it's like
That's a
a
lot.
day of traveling out,
Like-
driving to there because it's nowhere near an actual airport.
Mhm.
Right.
Then
right.
being in a dirt pit and then
It's like the
driving
Woodstock
back
for
from the
makers.
dirt pit.
Come on, now.
That's why I mean, Workbench Con is just so awesome.
Yes.
Like it's in Atlanta.
Right there in a
Almost
hotel.
anybody in America can get a direct flight. Almost right. Atlanta
Yes.
is like a hub for everywhere.
Yes.
And then it's right there in the hotel. Like it's just
You don't have to leave. That's the
I love
beauty.
it. Yeah.
You can get. Well, I'm just talking for myself here. You can get crap
Taco Bell at
faced
2 a.m. in the morning.
and get Taco Bell at 2 a.m.
That's right. That's
Or
where you,
dash.
Dan
that's where
stayed
you
an
guys
extra day.
hooked me.
Yeah, Dan
I
left
stayed an
on
extra day so I
Monday,
could
right?
lay around in my hotel room in my underwear and get Taco Bell. It was wonderful.
We just got a message randomly like, I got Taco Bell, and didn't they like mess up your order and you were freaking out?
the dude. So I ordered Taco Bell via DoorDash.
Cheesy Gordita
That's
Crunch.
lazy AF, and they threw my tacos like on the curb, and I got a picture of my tacos on the curb.
like left them outside.
I'm like, what the heck?
Like they took
front
them
of the
out of the
hotel?
bag and then just ordered like the whole bag.
Out of the
Still ate
wrapper
'em.
and just
Still ate 'em.
Why mess?
they were still pretty good.
No, I messaged DoorDash and they gave me my money back. But still, come on.
I saw that I was watching, like, I get sucked in. That's why I hate social media, because like when I go to post, I'll get sucked into like Reels or TikTok, and so I try to like
Dude,
hit it as
TikTok,
fast as I
yes.
can to get it off. But I saw this guy was like DoorDash guy or whatever, and he was like delivering something to like somebody who was working at Target, and he had like it was like a bag, of like McDonald's or something, and he was like, "Oh, is that new whatever it was, like deluxe fish sandwich?" And he's like, "How is that?" And he's just like takes a bite out of it, and he's like, "Man, that's good," and put it in there and like hands it to her, and she's like, and he like let her, just like kind of this like pregnant pause, and he's like, "I'm just playing." He like pulls out her order, and he's like, "No, I bought one too." I was like, "Oh, that was so good." She was like, she did not know what to do. She was like,
Paul Jackman's upset. He thought Pat Lapp was on this week.
He thinks Pat Lapp is supposed to be on every episode ever.
Yeah,
"Yes."
We don't even know who this Pat Lapp is. Who are you talking about?
Jackman. So
He's been on the
Brad
show
is
twice,
our
so we
American
should know
Pat
who he
Lapp.
is.
I have no idea who that guy is. Who is this Pat Lapp? I don't know.
I think it's a Lapiador or something like, I don't know, some like crazy long.
Le Perrier.
Lapiador.
Hey, I actually like this question, and it's from Swedish Nuts, so it's weird that I like it because he makes really dumb questions. I'm just kidding. He's great. He said, "You can only build one thing over 1 year. What is it and why?"
New house.
A walnut desk.
Yeah.
Shut
yeah.
up.
Well,
Why you gotta attack me like that?
I'm sorry.
So yeah, my first answer would definitely be a shop, but just say like if it's not a shop, I would say acoustic guitar for sure.
For a year?
Well, like
You
so
only
what I
get
would do,
one project.
but so I think it would take like if it's funny you say that. I was talking like from scratch, all the jigs, because like making an acoustic guitar, like you can do it pretty fast, but if you
You
don't
make
have
your own strings?
any of the jigs and all that
weaving
stuff, oh dude, it's just like kerf binding jigs. Like I feel like that there's-
Horsehair strings.
That's like
That's right.
Spagnolo's video that was like, this spoon cost me $29,000 or like
right.
$29,000, something crazy. And it was because he used every tool in the shop to make it.
Right. No, I think if you go, so Daniel, you've obviously never looked at how to make a guitar. If you went and looked at how to make a guitar, an acoustic guitar, it is insanely complex.
Yeah.
Like there's so much, just think about like the sides and the bending and
I've
all
seen-
the kerfing and all the everything.
Nick Key has made a guitar, and so has Mike, so it can't be that hard.
Those are electric.
Nick made a solid body guitar.
Right.
That's
Can't be that
way
hard.
easier.
Yeah. It's like you put the
I
piece
made a
of wood
hollow
and hit
body
start.
guitar.
With a single Forstner bit.
I made a hollow
That
body
was
guitar
almost
with
a year
one
of
single
hollowing
Forstner
out.
bit. Yeah. That's the only
Brad's
tool I had was
talking
the one
acoustic
Forstner
guitars
bit.
over
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Acoustic for sure. Acoustic.
Because that's
No,
a
'cause
lot
that's-
more.
and
It's
so
bent
the why-
lamination and stuff too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. So the why is like that's on my bucket list. I want to make an acoustic guitar. I'll probably start with like a Stu Mac like kit and do one that's something
Or-
that you can make in a month or something, and then
Ukulele.
go from there. A uke. You could start with a uke. Get a little 4-stringer.
A practice
There you
guitar.
go. Smaller, less strings. Should
That's
be
true.
easier.
Rockler 2x4 challenge guitar.
Ooh.
Dan, what's your 1 year build?
Well, I'm currently sitting on
mean,
it. It's the
any one of your projects right now, right?
Giant oak door. Oh, I laugh because I cry.
If I had to put in like a long amount of time into a project, I would probably want to do a Maloof rocker. because I am
was thinking about
terrified of
that.
chairs. I am terrified of chairs. I feel like I've seen chair shops, they are just set up for this stuff. What's up?
Brad and Paul are having an argument about avalanches in the chat.
Jack, when I tried to defend you
avalanche
earlier, we were talking about, the whatever you had, the ridgeline. Imagine an EV ridgeline. Ugh.
Can it get worse?
No,
Oh,
never.
ridge lines are the worst.
What was the? What
I
was
feel
that
like
one
if
that
it hit me,
Jackman
it
had
would
before
dent
that?
and
The
I'd
element.
be fine.
Yeah, no, an EV element. That'd be. Or what'd be great is if they came back with like a Pontiac Aztec EV.
Oh man, they get the guy from Breaking Bad to do the commercial. That'd be fantastic.
God, yes.
They'd sell
Bryan
so
Cranston.
many.
I gotta say the vintage car EV conversions are sexy. They're
Oh
like
like the C10.
oh my god, like the classic cars, and you just pop it open.
F100. The Ford,
Hey, speaking
yeah.
of Bryan Cranston, sorry to change the subject here.
How rude.
I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately. Did you know he's in Seinfeld a lot?
Yeah, he's the dentist.
Yeah,
So
he's-
good.
yeah, the dentist.
He's the Jewish.
No, he converted to
converted
Judaism just for the
Jewish.
jokes.
So we can make the joke. That show is so good.
Yes, that's good.
I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld.
Yes.
Is that the new one? New thing?
Let's
Let's.
jump into the show.
Let's.
jump
Oh
into
yeah,
do that.
it's been an hour.
Yeah, it's
Well,
been
no,
too
whatever.
long.
It's been too long. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this week's pre-show featuring Brad. Be sure to listen to this episode. It's going to be a good one.
See you guys next
Yes,
week.
join
Who
us.
is next
Join us.
week? Do we have?
I don't think we have anybody.
I
Do we have anybody? Do we have
we
somebody?
do.
We do. Hold on. Let me pull up the
Alma.
calendar.
Alma's on next week.
See, Brad. This is how
okay,
we
so
missed
let's
you
do
the
that.
first time. Sorry, we don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I will not let it happen again. I made
was like,
Dave
hey,
feel
we
really
on?
bad
That's
about it.
that's my fault. I take full blame for that. Full blame.
So, guys, tune in next week and definitely check out this episode because I mean, Brad's on. It's gonna be a great.
Yeah, we're going to talk
Brad.
about secret
Brad.
stuff,
Z-Brad.
secret
And-
made for profit, and what Brad wears for boxers. Join in.
Yeah. And a shout out to Adam Barnett, who was the only person to take advantage of the AWP 25.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Adam.
Wow.
Guys, you still have a few hours.
Go get some plans, guys. It's very
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
of Brad to give 20%
Works too.
off, or 25% off. So
Yes. It'd be nicer if you gave 50. Jeez.
no, 25% is
yeah,
great.
Brad. What the
Yeah,
heck?
he's got to put
Look,
his kids
I-
through
I-
college
nice.
one day.
Our
Come on.
inventory is running low.
Yeah, you can only have so
only
many.
so
of these
many
files.
bites.
Going out of business. sale.
You don't
Moving
need everybody's money. You
sale.
got
I can't
avalanche
move.
money.
I can't move all these
Oh
bites.
yeah, it's a
when we
liquidation
get in the
sale
shop.
on plants.
We bought too much.
Everything must go.
And
Everything
I'm
must
passing the
go.
savings on to you. All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you
Thanks
for joining.
us. We'll see y'all
See you
next
guys.
week. Take care.
Love you long time.